Today's topic is correlation. Chapter 7. What's the meaning of correlation? That is, relation between variables. Correlation studies and measures intensity of relationship between two or more variables. If the two variables x and y change or vary in such a way that with a change in the value of one variable, the values of the other variable also change, then they are said to be correlated. What's the significance or the importance of correlation? Correlation has immense utility in statistics. It is significant because of the following facts. First point, correlation helps in determining the degree of relationship between variables. Once we come to know that the two variables are mutually related, then we can estimate the value of one variable on the basis of the value of another variable. Correlation serves the basis of regression. Correlation is useful for economists. An economist specifies the relationship between different variables like demand and supply, money supply, and price level by way of correlation. We already learned in economics the relationship of two variables in the law of demand, price and quantity demanded. What type of relationship it has got, price and quantity demanded with the limited income? Inverse relationship. So the demand curve is downward sloping. Regarding supply, two variables, what are they? Price and quantity supplied. As the price increases, the producer has got incentive to supply more. So it is an upward sloping curve. Like that, a lot of examples we have. Correlation and causation. Correlation measures covariation and not the cause, not causation. Correlation should never be interpreted as implying cause and effect relation between two variables. The presence of correlation between the two variables x and y simply means that one variable is found to change in one direction, the value of the other variable is found to change either in the same or in the opposite direction. Lower demand, it's in opposite direction. Lower supply, it's in same direction. Different types of correlation we can see. Types of correlation. Correlation can be represented by the letter R, small letter R. Correlation is classified into positive, negative, linear, non-linear, simple, multiple, and partial, etc. Yes, we can explain what is positive and negative correlation. You are familiar with these examples. Correlation is classified into positive and negative correlation. When two related variables move in the same direction, that is, if the value of y increases with an increase in the value of x, they are said to be positively correlated. X increases, y also increases. So we can say positive correlation in the case of law of supply. In the case of negative correlation, when the two variables move in the opposite direction, that is, the value of y increases with a fall in the value of x, they are said to be negatively correlated. We know that example. Tell me, the price increases, demand decreases with the limited income or other factors influencing demand remains constant. That is a negative relationship or inverse relationship. Like that, we can say correlation can be linear or non-linear. If the amount of change in any one variable tends to bear a constant relation with the amount of change in the other variable, then the correlation is said to be linear. It's represented by a straight line. That's why it's called as linear straight line. A linear demand curve method, linear straight line. If the amount of change in one variable does not bear constant relationship, not having constant relationship with the amount of change in the other variable, then the correlation is said to be non-linear. Note down these value points in column wise, it becomes easier. When only two variables are studied to determine correlation, it's called simple correlation. Two variables only coming, it's a simple. Anyhow, two variables are important. Two variables are needed. More than two variables, it becomes multiple correlation. When correlation of only two variables is studied, keeping other variables as constant, that is partial correlation. That's what we have learned in law of demand and law of supply. Other factors remaining constant. Only two variables, price and quantity demanded, or price and quantity supplied. Today's assignment is, what is meant by correlation? The second question, significance or importance of correlation. The third one, types of correlation. In that we do get specific questions like distinguish between positive and negative, linear, non-linear, positive and negative, linear, non-linear, simple, multiple, and partial correlation. Based on the value points we learned, make the answers. Okay, thank you.